bras et porter épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. What keep our land glorious and free? Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
All praise to you, gracious Creator. You have gathered us in this university community to praise you by our words and our deeds. Bless the University of Alberta, which seeks to teach whatsoever things are true. Bless the students and professors, the non-academic staff and support staff, the administration, and all those who volunteer on the University Board of Governors, the Senate, and the Alumni Council, and all who promote sound education in our community. We ask that those who leave here today, blessed with their degrees, may be given grace and strength to serve in our global home. May we grow in wisdom and grace before you and all your people. May this university always be a home of truth and wisdom, of faith and goodwill towards all. Please be seated. Good afternoon, and welcome to the University of Alberta. My name is Ralph Young. I have the privilege of serving as Chancellor of the University of Alberta, and on behalf of the entire university community, I'm honored to welcome you to this convocation. To begin, I wish to acknowledge and honor all Indigenous peoples, including the Inuit, Métis, and First Nations of Treaty 6, and to acknowledge the traditional lands on which we are celebrating this convocation today. I also wish to acknowledge and honor the immigrants from many nations whose contributions have added so much to our rich heritage. Our university is blessed with a diverse and inclusive culture, which is built on the legacy of all those who have come before us. Today, we pledge to uphold that legacy as we continue to pursue whatsoever things are true. This is a time of great joy and thanksgiving, and we are glad that so many friends and family members could join us to celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates. I know our lives are all busy, more so than it ever seems. And in my experience, the older one gets, the faster life seems to go by. Chief Crowfoot of the Siksika Nation once said, and I quote, "What is life? It is a flash of a firefly in the night. It is a breath of a buffalo in the wintertime. It is a little shadow that runs across the grass and loses itself in the sunset." So there is real value in slowing our pace and stopping once in a while to celebrate something truly important. Your graduation from the University of Alberta is such an occasion, and we're honored to share it with you. Joining the celebration on the stage today is our President, Dr. Indira Samarasekera, Mr. Doug Goss, Chair of the Board of Governors, and a very large list of people who are sitting on our convocation podium today, including Chancellor Emeritus and past honorary degree recipient, Dr. Peter Savarin, Chancellor and Board Chair Emeritus and past honorary degree recipient, Dr. Eric Newell, Board Chair Emeritus and past honorary degree recipient, Dr. Brian Heidecker, past honorary degree recipients, Drs. James Carter, Robert Westbury, Diane Kipnis, Irving Kipnis, Louise Hayes, and Bunny Ferguson, Chancellor, University of Lethbridge, Shirley McClellan, and Chancellor and past honorary degree recipient, Concordia University College, the Honorable Alan Wakowicz, Mayor, City of Edmonton, His Worship Stephen Mandel. Councillor Corps for Germany, Mr. Bernd Reuscher. Councillor Corps for Thailand, Mr. Dennis Anderson. Ms. Joan Tretzler, Chair of the St. Albert Public School Board. Mr. Lyle Best, Board of Governors, Concordia University College, and our honorary degree recipient, Mr. Ed Stelmach. The Honorable Jean Zwazdeski, Speaker of the Legislative Assembly and MLA for Edmonton Mill Creek, and Ms. Janice Sarich, MLA for Edmonton Decorah. I would also like to recognize Elder Eric Daniels, who is here today to extend a special personal note of congratulations to our Aboriginal graduates as they receive their degrees. Also on the stage with us today are senior staff, deans, and professors from the Academy. We are all dressed formally in academic robes to mark the importance of this convocation. The tradition of convocation, a gathering together of all qualified degree holders in the university community, dates back almost 700 years. Generations and generations of scholars have walked in your footsteps. But in spite of all the history and tradition within today's ceremony, this convocation is not about the past, it's about your future. Convocation is about you, our graduands, and that promise of the future which you hold in your hands. This is a day to celebrate, and I hope you'll enjoy it. I would like to start by inviting greetings from our University Board of Governors Chair, Doug Goss.
Well, Eminent Chancellor, Mr. Ralph Young, President, Dr. Indira Samasekera, distinguished guests, graduands, families, and friends, I'm truly honored to be here today to bring greetings on behalf of the Board of Governors of the University. It's also a special treat for me to be here sharing the stage with our honorary doctorate recipient, the Honorable Ed Stelmach. You know, at the university and throughout our post-secondary system, we aspire to produce great citizens, great leaders, and I look out at the hundreds of faces out here today, I know we're doing exactly that. If any of you are looking for a role model for which to model your life after in public service, look no further than the man who's receiving the honorary doctorate degree today. And, I might add, a man who left this university and our entire post-secondary system much stronger than the one he inherited in 2006. Now, convocation is a rare and important time when, as the Chancellor has pointed out, the entire university community comes together to celebrate the achievements since our last ceremony. Today, you will be graduating from an institution that is recognized as one of Canada's leading universities and ranks among the top 100 in the world. Indeed, we have much to celebrate, but today we especially gather to celebrate you, the graduating class of 2013. We are confident that the knowledge you have gained through hard work and dedication will serve you well as you face the opportunities and challenges in our society. By completing your programs and studies, each of you has achieved a rare level of excellence, which will be forever recognized in your university degree. And now your university has the privilege of acknowledging your success. The Board of Governors salutes you, and we hope this ceremony will be remembered as a highlight in a full and satisfying career. We join with family and friends in offering our most sincerest congratulations and our very best wishes in all your future endeavors. Congratulations to each and every one of you and those who have encouraged you and supported you and thus made it possible for you to be here today. It's now my privilege to introduce to you Ms. Janice Sarich, the MLA for Edmonton Decorah, to bring greetings on behalf of the Governor of Alberta. Thank you.
Thank you and good afternoon to Chancellor Ralph Young, President Dr. Indira Samasekera, Board Chair Douglas Goss, Board of Governors, faculty members, administration staff, distinguished guests, class of 2013 graduates, families, friends, all. It is truly my distinct honor and privilege to be here on behalf of Premier Alison Redford and the Deputy Premier, Minister of Enterprise and Advanced Education, Ministerial Liaison to the Canadian Forces, the Honourable Thomas Lukaszuk, and all my colleagues at the Alberta Legislature. I am pleased to be part of this special occasion, which is filled with symbols, ceremony, enthusiasm, and anticipation to help celebrate the success of all the graduates. And this afternoon, without exception, promises to be memorable and exciting for everyone. Let me begin by saying, as I look out and observe you, the graduates, shoulder to shoulder with your classmates, I am very proud of your accomplishments. Congratulations and best wishes to all of you. I can say with strong conviction that parents, along with family and friends, steadfast support, love, comfort, encouragement, and respectable share of prodding is no small part in the success of navigating and completing this part of your learning journey to arrive here today. Truly, today is a small piece of Alberta's history, and it is a testament to dreams pursued and achieved. Special thanks and appreciation to parents and families, and all those who have supported you, the graduates, in this very important milestone. Parents and families, you might profit from a bit of advice this afternoon. I saw on a bumper sticker a few years ago. It said, "Avenge yourself, live long enough to be a problem to your adult children." Graduates, this day represents discipline and persistence, intellectual ability and talents, a commitment to time and learning. These attributes exemplify your personal character, and they also represent a challenge. Your future directions, your life's journey, is only determined by you. Someone famous once said, "Time is the coin of your life." It is the only coin you will have, and only you can determine how it will be spent. My hope is that your life's journey will continue to contribute to Alberta's rich history and spirit. When you examine Alberta's historical records, the Alberta spirit stands tall and true. You will learn that immigrant families were risk takers and that they produced pioneers and builders of Alberta's labor force. They built their own future brick by brick, neighborhood by neighborhood. Many individuals and families were driven by a longing for their children and the future generations to be educated. You will also learn that many people questioned the status quo and were not afraid to take a stand. That's certainly the kind of people who built our province and continue to do so today, and to make it such a great place to call home. Emerson indeed characterized Albertans and contributors to our province. They don't go where the path may lead. They go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Albertans have always been known as leaders. We've always been bold, and we've always been risk takers and innovators. Generations of Albertans have worked hard to create the many advantages that we enjoy today. Whether you were born in Edmonton or Ottawa or elsewhere around the world, as graduates from the University of Alberta, you are part of the great Alberta spirit and our Alberta heritage, and I heartfelt thank you. Whether your life takes you just down the street or around the world, it is my hope you rise to the challenge and recreate that same atmosphere from the past. I'm excited for our future because I believe each and every one of you are capable of such great things, and I look forward to your story and how you spent your time. Should you continue to plant your roots in our remarkable province, know that great opportunities are on the horizon, waiting for you to move our province beyond the frontiers of this decade and many more to come. Alberta needs your passion, your creativity, your intelligence, and more than anything, we need your vision for a better province and world. Following in the great footprints of former Premier Ed Stelmach and the other great premiers of our province, the future of our province, known as Alberta, is unwritten. And I'm very proud to say that only working together through the challenges and confidently capitalizing on the opportunities can we build the next Alberta. Once again, on behalf of the government and all Albertans, with pride and admiration, congratulations and best wishes to the class of 2013. God bless you and best wishes in all of your endeavors. Safe travels home. Thank you.
Class of 2013, my warmest congratulations to you all. I look out over this auditorium and I am filled with pride at what you have accomplished at the University of Alberta. This is a day for celebrating your success, for reflecting upon all that you have learned, for acknowledging all those hours that you spent in the classroom, the library, and laboratory, for reviewing the experiences you gained out in the field on co-op placements in community service learning and studying abroad. Be proud of your achievements. Be thankful to your parents and families for all the support they've given you. Your families are extremely proud of you. You have no idea the sense of relief they are experiencing. A piece of advice, now would be a good time to ask for money. You graduate at an exciting time. Virgin Galactic, the world's first commercial space line, not airline, space line, announced that they have recruited 2 pilots for their commercial flight team. Space travel for ordinary people like you and me will become a reality in your lifetime. I wonder if you've been following the last several weeks the tweets of Canada's own celebrated astronaut, Chris Hadfield, commander of Expedition 35 of the International Space Station. Chris Hadfield was only 9 years old when Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. Inspired to become an astronaut, he was the first Canadian to leave a spacecraft and float freely in space. He was the first Canadian to operate the Canadarm. Did you know that 2 of University of Alberta alumni played significant roles in making of the Canadarm, Canada's most renowned contribution to the human space program? Gary Lindbergh, a U of A engineering alumnus, was Canadarm's project manager, while another alumnus, Lloyd Pinckey, built the space vision system that gave Canadarm 2 eyes as well as arms. It was in 1981 that Canadarm made its debut on the space shuttle Columbia. Now, in 2013, we are on the verge of commercial space travel. This is all the more amazing when you consider that it was only 110 years ago, in 1903, that Orville and Wilbur Wright made the first controlled, powered, and sustained human flight. Their first plane cost less than $1,000, and the first flight lasted 12 seconds, traveled a distance of only 120 feet at 6.8 miles per hour. I'm surprised they just didn't quit. And so their journey began. It was neither easy nor speedy. They had trouble establishing legitimacy. Most newspapers didn't cover their efforts because no one believed it. They endured crashes, patent wars, and lawsuits. Finally, in 1909, they incorporated the Wright Brothers Company. In November of 1910, they transported the first known commercial cargo for a payload of $5,000. They launched a flying school. By 1916, the Wright brothers had trained 115 pilots, and commercial aviation was launched, the wellspring of today's space travel. Theirs is an amazing story of grit and entrepreneurship. Unfortunately, Wilbur died at the age of 45 of typhoid fever, and Orville sold the company. On Wilbur's death, his father Milton wrote this about him in his diary, and I quote, "A short life, full of consequences, an unfailing intellect, imperturbable temper, great self-reliance, great modesty, seeing the right clearly, pursuing it steadfastly, he lived and died," unquote. As you graduate today, I want you to reflect on the lives of Wilbur and Orville Wright and the many who followed them to develop aviation and space travel, including Neil Armstrong, Chris Hadfield, U of A alumni Gary Lindbergh, and Lloyd Pinkey. They saw the right clearly. They lived lives of consequence. They have led good lives. Today, as you graduate from the University of Alberta, I challenge all of you to live a good life. And what will that entail? In our society, we tend to equate a good life with an easy life, a life of quickly achieved professional success, personal happiness, and financial security. While it is my hope that you experience all of these good things, I want to turn the notion on its head. Today, I want to suggest to you that a good life is not an easy life, but an uneasy one. A good life makes you uncomfortable. It includes adversities. It presents you with difficulties that take all of your knowledge, ingenuity, and energy to solve. It tests your fortitude and teaches you the value of failure. Seeing adversity as a positive force is out of fashion in our society right now. As parents, my children are only a few years older than you. We have tried to raise you well. That has included shielding you from hardship and wanting to save you from pain. Sometimes I worry that with the best of intentions, we have inadvertently taught you another lesson, a lesson that teaches you that you need our protection because you can't handle really difficult challenges. But do not underestimate yourself. Today, you receive a degree from the University of Alberta. If we have done our job well, we have challenged you to work very hard, to stretch yourself intellectually and creatively. We've asked you to get out of your comfort zone and forced you to ask tough questions of yourself. Now, I want you to go out and seize the opportunity to build the new organizations, industries, and institutions our society obviously needs. Your generation is much more equitable, open, and tolerant than mine or your parents. You can be the generation that comes up with the solutions we need to solve cultural and political conflict and reimagine international relations. New technologies, you're already using them in every endeavor, from teaching to research to design to business to arts and culture. Can you see the potential in new forms of media for building community, citizen action, information sharing, and so on? Absolutely. Will it be easy? No. Will it take enormous amounts of determination and energy to do the work that needs doing? Yes, it will. But this is what it means to live a good life. Today, you join a family of U of A alumni who stand 275,000 strong. This family will also include today's honorary degree recipient, Mr. Ed Stelmach. Throughout the history of our university, graduates and honorary degree recipients have been inspired by the two fundamental values on which the U of A is built: the pursuit of truth, qua cumque vera, and the call to use the knowledge for the uplifting of the whole people. We need you to live a good life. I know that you can and will. A good life is not shaped by what you are given, but by what it demands from you and how you use your gifts to respond to those demands. Lived well, it will bring you great joy and enormous satisfaction. J.K. Rowling of Harry Potter fame called on Harvard's graduating class of 2008 to live a good life in her convocation address. I conclude with her words, and I quote, "Tomorrow, I hope that even if you remember not a single word of mine, You remember those of Seneca, an old Roman I met when I fled down the classics corridor in search of ancient wisdom. He said, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." I wish you all very good lives. Congratulations.
A University of Alberta honorary degree is intended to recognize and honor outstanding individuals whose significant achievements and contributions are worthy of the university's highest honor. The awarding of an honorary degree is intended to encourage a standard of excellence which is exemplary to students and to society. While fields of endeavor and accomplishments vary widely, each recipient is truly unique, and each recipient, by accepting an honorary degree, brings honor to this great university. The vision of the University of Alberta is to inspire the human spirit through outstanding achievements in learning, discovery, and citizenship in a creative community, building one of the world's great universities for the public good.
Eminent Chancellor, President Indira Samarasekera, Board Chair Doug Goss, graduates and family. On behalf of the Senate of the University of Alberta, I'm honored to introduce Edward Michael Stelmach for the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws. Ed Stelmach's distinguished record of public service is a reflection of two core values, community and integrity. Ed's belief in the importance of community reflects his upbringing as well as his lifetime public service as Reeve, MLA, Minister, and Premier. His close working relationship with municipalities, his commitment to the Transportation Fund and Capital Region Board, along with his willingness to listen to our ideas and to understand our city, has been exceptional. His support for efforts to create affordable housing and end homelessness also reflect a deep and personal commitment to the principle of equal opportunity. On a personal note, I know Ed Stelmach to a man of great integrity. I have the greatest respect for his strength of character, his dedication to the better life for all Albertans.
As Mayor Mandel noted, Ed Stelmach's dedication to public service has deep Alberta roots. Over his 19 years in the Alberta Legislature, his leadership in Cabinet and then as Premier was shaped by these roots and by a steadfast commitment to strengthening and advancing Alberta's major industries, public services, and systems to the benefit of Albertans. Indeed, Ed Stelmach's legacy cuts a wide swath. It is evident in Alberta's agriculture and energy industries, in our healthcare systems, in our municipalities, in charitable organizations, and in our schools and universities. As Minister of Infrastructure, he provided visionary investment to the University of Alberta for the construction of our health research innovation facilities. This investment followed by major provincial support for the Centennial Centre for Interdisciplinary Science and the Edmonton Clinic Health Academy, close to $1 billion, created a new generation of education and research infrastructure that will be instrumental to Alberta's future. That's because buildings are never just buildings, and Ed Stelmach has understood that well. Buildings are actual enablers. In our case, new world-class facilities have helped to attract international research talents. They have brought in external research support from national and global foundations and councils, philanthropy, and most importantly, they are where the next generation of Alberta's leaders now come to learn. As Premier of Alberta, Ed Stelmach oversaw our province's growth into a national leader. He established the Premier's Council for Economic Strategy and invited council members to think big. Think big, he said, about economic diversification, research and innovation, and overall quality of life. From the earlier days of his public service, Ed Stelmach has seen the potential of this province and its citizens, and he's been instrumental in laying the foundations for future success. Eminent Chancellor, with great pride and respect, I present to you Edward Michael Stelmach.
Edward Michael Stelmach, in recognition of a lifelong commitment to the highest ideals of public service, I desire to confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws and to express the hope that we shall continue to be enriched by your wise counsel for many years to come. Thank you, sir. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. We'll keep this.
Eminent Chancellor Young, Board of Governor Chair Goss, Madam President Samusakera, Speaker of the Legislative Assembly, all of the faculty that are present, our honored graduates, family and friends. My heartfelt thanks go to the Senate of the University of Alberta for bestowing this honor upon me. You cannot imagine how much this means to me as I accept this on behalf of my family who came to Canada and Alberta looking for opportunity and freedom. My family's story is similar to that of many who came and continue to come to this great province. We came to Alberta in hopes of building a better society. And in just a handful of generations, we have built a prosperous, opening, and welcoming democracy that is the envy of the world. To our graduates, congratulations. You have worked hard to earn this day of celebration and should be proud of all of your academic and campus life achievements. For your parents, it is a day of immense pride, mixed with a little relief and feelings of loss as they watch you transition to another phase of life. I have often thought how different my life would have been had I continued my studies at the University of Alberta to become a lawyer. This would have fulfilled both my aspirations and the expectations of my parents' generation, that one son would go to university and become a professional, or to a monastery and become a priest. My mom's hopes were dashed by age 13. But in 1973, my life took a sudden change when my eldest brother passed away suddenly, leaving the viability of a family farm in question. My wife Marie and I chose to take over the operation of the farm and my family's original homestead, settled by my grandparents, fulfilling a duty to our family and our community. I do not regret that choice. Marie and I ran a farming operation, the original small business. We raised 4 kids, put them all through post-secondary education, and they are now all contributing to society. And they are also producing grandchildren for Marie and me, and that too is success. So while my formal studies at the University of Alberta were cut short, my experience helped shape my approach to life, business, and politics. I had the great benefit of being taught the difference between critical thinking and just being a critic. The value of education is the training to be an inspired learner, being disciplined in pursuit of the truth, and open-minded to other points of view. And it is difficult to foretell the influence you will have on your students. And in many, that influence will be with them and last to eternity. 2 examples. First representative and the first tenet of my approach to life. My first 2.5 months of grade 1 were spent in Mundare Hospital, recovering from a serious playground accident. The nuns, sister servants of Mary Immaculate, taught me English, how to read, do arithmetic, it's mathematics now, while I was in traction. Coming back to Andrews School, I had the great confidence, and of course, because of the volunteer tutoring. It instilled in me the value of volunteerism and compassion. Second influence was my social studies teacher, who had this unorthodox way of teaching the course. As students, we would position our desks in a circle and would spend the time discussing community and world events. We had to know the names of all elected officials, municipal, provincial, federal, and we were encouraged to develop our own opinions. This exercise instilled in me the love of politics. The second tenet of my approach to life was learned through observation and experience, that being the value of relationships. Real human relationships, enduring with family, community, friends, and colleagues. Relationships require ongoing attention, mutual respect, compromise, and over time, they create trust. Little of significance can be accomplished alone. Having a good network of relationships will enable you to persevere, allow you to participate in the accomplishments of many. When I reflect today on what my grandparents endured to flee a country where they couldn't own land or enjoy the freedoms we have, I am truly humbled. When they arrived on Canada's shores with nothing but their labor, their faith, and a second chance, I doubt that they could have imagined that their grandson would be premier of their adopted home, Alberta. Arriving by steam train in Strathcona in 1898, they could not have imagined the scale and breadth of global changes yet to come. So much change in such a short period of time in technology, urbanization, and secularization. We have so much today in terms of affluence, rights, opportunities, and the safety net of pensions and other social programs. But it seems to me that the greatest change has been how rapidly we can access knowledge at the click of a mouse. In my grandparents' time, the only way to explore life's great questions was to access written works, physically housed in libraries of great institutions. To those who had this access, we valued their learned opinions and trusted them to be thoughtful, open-minded, and to help their communities understand the world and face the challenges of building, settling the province of Alberta. My grandparents grew up in the Industrial Revolution, which saw massive social, political, and economic changes that touched every corner of the world. Our graduates today, you, are the first generation to be born into the digital revolution, which is unleashing accelerated social, political, and economic changes. This new power is allowing humanity to make exponential advances in science and technology, and we are enjoying new products, new services, benefits, and social interaction. Today, we have rapid access to awe-inspiring amounts of data, an ability to broadcast or share our opinions, sometimes too easily. But in our need for speed, we toss the term expert carelessly. Being first and loudest doesn't make the opinion valuable. As educators, the greatest single contribution you can make is to teach young data kids to recognize the difference between informed opinion and willful ignorance, wrapped up in simple sound bites. Teach your students to think critically and to grow relationships built on mutual respect. This is important, as we have many complex problems today. And they are a natural product of ever-expanding needs and wants of people to do more, have more, live longer, and be happier. There is a tendency today to gravitate to simple answers to complex problems. And we often seek popular solutions. As our future leaders, you will need to be able to articulate well-reasoned solutions in a manner that is meaningful yet understandable. Online communities provide new and powerful tools to communicate with like-minded people and to search out alternative opinions. But please do not retreat into a digital world at the expense of face-to-face contact. Your lives will be enriched by these experiences and relationships. Real people, such as colleagues, neighbors, and fellow members of volunteer organizations, will ground you, they'll challenge you, they will also support you. There is no shortage of face-to-face contact. Participate, volunteer, listen. Some of these efforts will be extremely frustrating. You are dealing with people, after all. You have to learn from your own experiences that working with frustrating people or around them sometimes is unavoidable in the real world. Alberta is a very special place. We have abundant resources, energy, water, soil, forests that can create prosperity well into the future. We have the freedom, and we also have the culture that creates opportunities to explore the natural world through science and technology. How we use these discoveries in the future will depend on the integrity of our leaders across society, including government, business, and academia. You, our people, are our greatest resource. Congratulations, and thank you all for the honor and the opportunity to share in this your special day of celebrations. God bless Alberta.
Dr. Stelmach, thank you so much for sharing your remarks with us today. We've managed to create a little magic in closing the circle at the University of Alberta. You came here quite a number of years to study law and get your bachelor's degree. Well, we've managed to skip a couple of steps and honor you with an honorary Doctor of Laws. I also have to tell you one more story about Dr. Stelmach. One of the great privileges I have as the Chancellor of the University of Alberta is I get to phone the honorary degree recipients and advise them that they have been elected or appointed as honorary degree recipients. And I got Dr. Stelmach's cell phone number, and I called him, and I think he obviously was at the farm, but when he answered, he said, Chancellor, you'll have to hold the line for a minute. We're just slaughtering a pig, and I haven't done it for some time. Dr. Stelmach, your presence today and your thoughtful words have been a real gift, one that we'll all treasure. It's wonderful for our students to hear your perspective and your experience and to share the stage with you. To commemorate this honorary degree, we would now like to ask Dr. Ed Stelmach to sign our University Honor Roll. Thank you, Dr. Stelmach. You are now a graduate of the University of Alberta. And now, graduates, it's your turn. As the name of each graduate is called to cross the stage, I will formally admit you to your degrees, and we will have an opportunity to congratulate you. When we shake hands, that will be the moment when your degree is conferred and you become a graduate. On your journey across the stage, you will walk past the University of Alberta Mace. Centuries ago, the mace was a symbol of authority over life and death. Today, this mace represents the life-changing power of knowledge and the importance of our university and our graduates in our community. Enjoy your day, and I look forward to meeting you on stage.
The candidates for degrees, those of you convocating today, will please rise, please stand, and follow on page 5 of your programs. Eminent Chancellor and President, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you these scholars and ask that they be pledged and admitted to the degrees to which they are entitled.
Do you promise faithfully to observe and loyally to maintain the statutes, customs, privileges, and liberties of this, your university? Do you solemnly promise to conduct yourself in all things loyally and faithfully to the honor of your university, the encouragement of learning, and the good of your country? These
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province and with the consent of this university, I admit you to the degrees to which you are entitled and invest you with the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining to such degrees. I charge you to use them for the uplifting of the whole people, to inspire the human spirit, and for all who believe to serve your God, and to pursue more steadfastly whatsoever things are true. Please be seated.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Fern Snart, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Education. For the degree of Master of Education, Lisa Lois Bonnell Davies. Nikki Lee Ann Card. Erin Ellen Shernichan. Brandy Jane Clark. Margaret Paula DeBoer. Glenn James Donlevy. Heather Leigh Eby. Keith Robert Gamblin. April Dawn Hilland. Lori Elizabeth Natick. Brenda Joan Koitzer. Rosaline Ann Kolba. Tamsin Elizabeth Kulik. Cynthia Jane Peterson. Kelly Jane Ryerson. Anne Catherine Rogers. Kimberly Dawn Scheidemann. Cindy Paula Ellen Swanson. Tracy Leanne Woodward. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Education, Amanda Abraham. Marie Patricia Ann Santos Aguilar with distinction. Sheena Alami. Emma Dawn Allen. Kelly Joni Anderson with distinction. Laura June Anderson. Christine Ann Andrews. Erin Jennifer Androsoff. Neka Geraldine Aneg Bunam. Giselle Paula Aravello with distinction. Matthew Anthony Arneri. Tiffany Nicole Beth Arnold. Ali Brianne Assenheimer with distinction. Rosanna Joyce Au. Brina Leanne O'Coin with distinction. Brooke Ashton Bachman. Jennifer Kirsten Nicole Baker. Sophia Bond. Stefanida Basarjan. Amy Catherine Baumgartner. Jessica Lynn Beamish. Kaylee and Naomi Beauchamp. Brandon Lee Bigelow. Nemo Billy, Bachelor of Education, Certificate in Community Service Learning. Danica Bishler. Jamie Alexandrine Boland. Jocelyn Trista Booth. DeRay Alyn Bosch. Monica Regina Bossart. Rayanne Michelle Boutelier. Coulter Bryn Bowen. Eileen Caitlin Boyd. Jared Allen Boyd. Deidre Ray Brackman with distinction. Danielle Renee Brandt with distinction. Nicole Angèle Bremot with distinction. Kimberly Erica Brett with distinction. Michelle Brenda Bryce. Rhiannon Sarah Broman. Allison Lynette Brown with distinction. Tessa Janine Bryan. Sherry Ann Burke. Ashley Marie Berndred. Alexandria Brianne Burnett. Xian Yong Kai. Megan Bree Kearney. Larissa Rose Mary Campbell. Melissa Jean Cantley. Chisair Francine Cardinal. Kelly Ray Carlton. Larina Carmichael. Kylie Marie Cartwright. Christina Chan. Yen Wen Vivian Chen with distinction. Rebecca Eileen Chmelek with distinction. Monica Chumaluski. Amanda Dawn Krubbish with distinction. Michael Chui. Brittany Catherine Clark. Connie Marie Cleave. Christina Michelle Cleland. Heather Rosina Clough. Craig Donald Cloutier. Jessica Lynn Clutton with distinction. Crystal Dawn Cockney. Ashley Elizabeth Condy. Kirsty Lee Daisy Cook. Lisa Marie Kuhn. Juliana Marie Cormier with distinction. Lynn Ann Cornell with distinction. Caitlin Amy Marie Coulomb. Jessie Craig. Alicia Claudia Crowley. Riel Charles Sear. Tamara Raylin Dahlman. Sarah Dawn Danielson with distinction. Nixon Darling. Chantel Marie Dom. Paige Eileen Deacon. Laura Dean DeGraff. Deanne DeGraff. Caitlin Sharon DiMiliano with distinction. Christina Michelle Dennis. Madison Marguerite Derwarez with distinction. Lisa Diane Marie DeHarnay. Guggendeep Kaur Dillon. Laurelie Diana Diaz. Samantha Lorraine Dowds. Brianne Alyssa Downey with distinction. Murray Allen Doyle. Samara Kirsten Dragonyuk. Lancy Levon Dreger. Elizabeth Margaret Dreger. Alandra Louise Dufresne. Carlene Alexandria Dunn. Andrea Jane Elizabeth Edward. Caitlin Dawn Epp with distinction. Rochelle Maris Epp with distinction. Sean Michael Faulkner with Dana Marie Farquhar. Alyssa Janelle Fennell. Kylie Nicole Field. Catherine Suzanne Marlene Marie Finn. Cassie Natasha Finn. Chantel Lisa Finistad. Kelly Jean Forderer. Brandy Donna Lynn Fostvelt. Aaron Matthew Frank. Heather Ashley Frederick. Brittany Lynn Fry. Cassia Ann Fry. Carrie Elizabeth Friedrichs with distinction. Caitlin Alice Friesen. Kimberly Nicole Friesen with distinction. Lindsay Gammy. Jessica Gadet. Jenna Lee Gogler. Sarah Lynn Geiger. Larissa Mary Guerin with distinction. Caitlin Melissa Glimsdale with distinction. Katie Joelle Graham with distinction. Brianne Gale Greenlay. Nicole Christine Guzikowski. Manija Habibi. Nicole Shirley-Ann Ham. Marissa Tennille Hamill. Janelle Marie Hargis. Elise Rose Killeran Harris. Megan Kathleen Hassanoff. Jennifer Lauren Hay. Trof Mazen Michael Haymore. Erica Alexandra Hedden. Chelsea Marie Heidebrecht. Kadisha Jasmine Henry. Carly Di Hildebrandt. Nicole Lindsay Hodge. Lindsay May Hogg. Kirsten Nicole Holloway. Thana Marissa Hozak. Andrea Katerina Hritzai. Sheila Jane Hudson with distinction. Lobna Hussein. Sarah Suzanne Jansen with distinction. Lynette Jeetan. Brian Allen Generich. Paulo Sevilla Jimenez. Madison Johnston. Brittany Adele Kapler. Megan Nicole Carey. Carrie Lois Couts. Leanne Michelle Keating. Jasmine Cabra. Erin Marie King. Jennifer Lynn Kitchen. Hannah Eileen Knowles. Anna E. Christina Kopchia. Trina Maria Ann Kosakowicz. Tira Kotz. Stephanie Maria Cosma. Shelby Lane Cramps. Lily Cheryl Anita Chris. Kirsty Amanda Kuhn. Laura Marie Corello. Adoria Kwan. Kayla Louise Lacasse. Krista Michelle Lamb. Janina Marie Lambert. Megan Estelle Lambert. Tyson Lee Lancaster with distinction. Tina Lanslevy. Miranda Alyssa Larson with distinction. Nanyan Lau. Lisa Nicole Leblanc. Ojin Buell Lee. Erica Lee. Gloria Lee. Jocelyn Nicole Lefebvre. Brandy Elizabeth Leibel. Cassandra Eileen Lessick with distinction. Megan Diane Levitt. Chanel Laurent Lauder. Trista Marie Lorenz with distinction. Rochelle Olga Lauch. Jennifer Alexandra Lowe. Alisa Rochelle Lucan. Eric Daniel Lundeen with distinction. Samantha Morgan McIntyre with distinction. Lauren Elizabeth McClellan. Michelle Yvonne Maglisco with distinction. Catherine Lenore Malabone. Kelsey Caitlin Marquardt with distinction. Yusra Mazhar. Stacy Elizabeth McAllister with distinction. Christine Amber McCoppin. Amy Lee McKean with distinction. Jessica Ann Madaw. Leanne Merriweather with distinction. Melissa Ann Murta. Paige Leslie Melky. Sabrina Inga Miller. Gurjot Minhas. Tanya Juliette Marie Morin with distinction. Marie Ashley Morris. Jolene Angeline Moskaluk. Alyssa Marie Mosher with distinction. Michael David Munn. Sarah Margaret Metronach.
Petra Helke Jacqueline Netgal. Laura Ness. Tamara Beth Lila Nestman. Alicia Ann Newdecker. Randy Lynn Neufeld. Taylor Priscilla Norman. Sadie Ein Oberly. Shay Marguerite O'Brien. Kimberly Kathleen Irene Eichel. Carly Dawn Olson with distinction. Todd Michael Opatrill with distinction. Brianna Rose Orchin. Jenna Otway. Jessica Alexandra Marie Pabst. Morgan Barbara Paulgard with distinction. Jillian Michelle Piercy. Jasmine Nicole Pelham. Chelsea Elizabeth Penman. Tanis Marie Peterkin with distinction. Erica Marie Peterson with distinction. Sarah Margaret Pickering. Elizabeth Raylene Piercy. Kelsey Elise Petker with distinction. Emily Elizabeth Pohl with distinction. Kaylee Ann Pollitt. Christopher Eric Glenn Polson. Jaslyn Prehar. Benjamin Ray Proudfoot with distinction. Alexandra Nicole Pruden with distinction. Kayla Christie Prisupa. Kathleen Josephine Pye with distinction. Jillian Nicole Quayle. Sarah Ann Quick. Sarah Irene Emily Rajewski with distinction. Zara Fiaz Rajwani with distinction. Samantha Marie Rebus. Jessica Ryerson. Justine Jennifer Reiter with distinction. Jessica Lorraine Revel. Christine Noëlla Marie Rochon. Corinne Ann Rodning. Sean Frederick Hans Ropelt. Jessica Ross. Mark Basso Rosetto. Dagan Nigel Rufus. Samantha Jane Rosemahel. Stephanie Bernice Rudenik. Joni Ellen Russell with distinction. Geraldine Page Rycroft. Amanda Leanne Rigg with distinction. Deka Said. Mariah Ray Samji. Hepzibah Sharon Sampson. Randy Lynn Samouche with distinction. Marissa Conchetta Scarpelli. Jordan Deanne Schmidt with distinction. Amanda May Schultz. Amanda Lynette Schwartz. Brianna Lee Seitz. Tristan Maria Senyo with distinction. Sherry Ann Mary Shantz with distinction. Neha Sharma. Jillian Mackenzie Shedden. Renee Alberta Chef with distinction. Amanda Crystal Sheridan with distinction. Melissa Mary Sherman with distinction. Sharon Christine Sherwin. Christine Marie Josephine Shuchuk. Megan Annalise Tomaszewski Shoemaker. Kellyanne Simpson. Brianna Sims with distinction.
Skilton.
Leslie Kim Skilton.
Skumlian.
Anne Skumlian. Jamie Lee Ashley Slater with distinction.
Slobodian.
Carlene Ann Slobodian. Samantha Christie Smith. Samantha Pauline Elizabeth Smith. Kara Lene Sorensen with distinction. Carlene Helen Spratt with distinction.
Springler.
Leanna Susan Springler with distinction.
Spieler.
Kelsey Aaron Spuler. Daniela Alejandra Stam.
Stankovic.
Tammy Joanne Stankovic with distinction. Natalia Eva Starostecki.
Stevenson.
Kayla Ray Stevenson with distinction. Laura Ashley Stevens. Blair Finley Stewart with distinction. Michael Brent Stone. Kayla Aaron Street.
Shazin Iqbal Sumar.
Shazin Iqbal Sumar.
Surtida.
Mary Ann Surtida. Craig Sutherland.
Simon.
Miles Jackson Simon.
Talukder.
Barna Talukder.
Janice Marie Tang.
Janice Marie Tang with distinction.
Michael Holming Tang.
Michael Homing Tang. Larissa Sheila Taylor.
Taywitz.
Adrian Michael Taywitz.
Tana Segre.
Sheila Tanasegren with distinction. Emily Kathleen Thomas with distinction. Jenna Lee Thompson with distinction.
Tiefenbach.
Now that's a fan club. June Catherine Tiefenbach with distinction.
Titus.
Kayla Shirley Titus.
Torgerson.
Candace Rose Torgerson.
Troutman.
Monica Lynn Troutman.
Trikel.
Amy Michelle Trikel.
Trowell.
Loney Trowell with distinction.
Turgoose.
Megan Lynn Turgoose. Alyssa Andrea Urig.
Mispa Ula.
Mispa Ula.
Zara Valani.
Zara Valani.
Vanderhelm.
Janelle Anna Vanderhelm. Jessica Veal.
Chiara Vertone.
Samantha Chiara Vertone with distinction. Jesse Gordon Vixie.
Marielle Angela Bubatan Verata.
Mirielle Angela Bubatan Verata with distinction. Carrie Lee Walsh. Kelsey Marie Ward with distinction.
Wazalan.
Kelsey Wazelenki. Ashley Elizabeth Watson with distinction. Amanda Lynn Waters. Caitlin Way. Christine Dawn Way. Kaylee Webb. Natasha Nicole Wensley. Tristan Katie Wild with distinction. Krista Mae Williams. Sarah Elizabeth Willman. Tamara Lee Patricia Ava Shaolin Wishlov.
Elaine Carmen Wu.
Elaine Carmen Wu.
Jaworski.
Katrina Ann Jaworski. Contessa Young.
Just Alfred Young.
Alfred Young.
Taryn Joel Zietz.
Taryn Joel Zietz.
Who says teachers don't know how to have fun? Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you the remaining scholars whose names appear in the Convocation program, but who are not in attendance.
Wow, what a great afternoon. I think you'll agree with me that having 591 students graduate today is impressive. Today is a truly proud moment for the University of Alberta. In total, we will graduate 6,756 students this spring convocation. Now, according to my rough calculations, that represents approximately 270,000 courses completed and 811,000 classroom hours. Now, if each of you actually did the average 3 hours of studying outside of class for each hour in class, of course you did, right? That would be over 3.2 million hours in total devoted to earning the degrees completed this year. Amazing, isn't it? All those hours represent a lot of time. Time that you might have devoted to your family and friends, to cleaning the house, to doing the laundry, to walking the dog, and paying the rent. Time when your parents and families had to pick up the slack while you were otherwise engaged. So graduates, it's your turn to get up, turn around, and give a huge round of applause to all the people who supported you throughout, your parents, your spouses, partners, your children, and your siblings. Okay, now that I have you all back, it's time to turn our attention to the final part of today's ceremony. Graduates, today you irrevocably become part of the U of A family. I know you will do us proud and will join with the tens of thousands of alumni who have gone before you and do your part in uplifting the whole people. Before we formally induct all of you into the University of Alberta Alumni Association, we want to remind you of the journey you have been on to get to this ceremony with the presentation of a special video montage for which the words also appear in the back of your program. The song that accompanies the video, Je te retrouve, or I Remember You, was commissioned by Campus Saint-Jean in celebration of the university's centenary in 2008 and is performed by Chorale Saint-Jean under the direction of Laurier Fagnon. It was composed by Professor Emeritus Dr. Franz Levasseur-Ouimet and arranged by U of A alumnus Dr. Alan Bevan and captures the hopefulness and potential of the days spent at the university. I hope the images that will accompany the song show some of your own particular story and bring back fond memories of your time spent here. Enjoy.
Eminent Chancellor, graduating students, and Dr. Stelmach, congratulations, what a proud day. My name is Jane Halford, and I have the honor to bring greetings on behalf of the University of Alberta Alumni Association. Among your alumni family are a Prime Minister, a Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, a Nobel laureate, as well as many other outstanding builders, business leaders, artists, educators, and humanitarians around the world. Alumni all dedicated to uplifting the whole people. Today, you've all become alumni of this great university, and it is my honor to hereby welcome you and officially induct you into the University Alumni Association. Bienvenue à notre famille mondiale. Graduates, would you please stand? As a new ambassador of the University of Alberta, I call upon you to use your knowledge that you have gained here for the betterment of yourselves and for others. I call upon you to maintain a lifelong connection with your university. As an alumnus of the University of Alberta, be proud of your degree and your fellow alumni. Nurture lifelong friendships cultivated here on this campus. Celebrate our university's many, many successes, and please recommend it to others. And take part in any way that you and your family choose to participate in the Alumni Association and its activities, events, and friendships. You are officially a member of a powerful worldwide network of friends, family, and colleagues. On behalf of all of your 275,000 living alumni around the world, welcome to your family and welcome as a new graduate of the University of Alberta. Félicitations et bonne chance. Congratulations and best wishes in all your future endeavors. Thank you. Please be seated.
Just a few final words of congratulations to our graduates. All of us on the stage today understand how hard you have worked to get to this stage today. I've chosen a quote which I think reflects the style of leadership which our honorary degree recipient Ed Stelmach has proven in his life. This is a quote by an ancient Chinese philosopher, Lao Tzu. He said, "To lead people, walk beside them. As for the best leaders, the people do not notice their existence. When the best leader's work is done, the people say, we have done it ourselves." Dr. Ed Stelmach, thank you for once again sharing your experience and wisdom with our university family. By accepting this honorary degree, you've brought great honor to our university. Thank you again. Graduates, the world is also open for you to be leaders. Your hopes and dreams will give your life purpose and meaning, and they will also form a foundation for our future as a community. It is also my pleasure today to recognize Professor Carla Peck, winner of this year's Rutherford Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. Carla, would you please stand? Also, please join me in thanking the musical gifts of our superb vocalist, Ms. Andrea Vogel, and the outstanding Convocation Band under the direction of Dr. Thomas Dust. Finally, I'd like to thank the 2013 graduates. Thank you for coming. Thank you for taking on the responsibilities of being a university graduate. And thank you for joining our family. In most families, we celebrate special occasions by sharing food together. So I invite everyone to join us for some light refreshments in the main lobby and the first balcony lobbies after this ceremony. In closing, I would like to offer a simple prayer written by former Secretary General of the United Nations, Dag Hammarskjöld, who said, "Night is drawing nigh. For all that has been, thanks, and for all that should be or shall be, yes." So say yes, and your dreams will take you far, but may you always remain close to your alma mater, the University of Alberta. Congratulations, enjoy the balance of your day.
Canadian National Railways